Truth is inseparable from the illusory belief that from the figures of the unreal one day, in spite of all, real deliverance will come. Meaning, truth actually has also always been fundamentally something that the mind creates, develops, grows by itself for its own sustainment and development and survival in the long run, and also that it always wants to feel meaningful, significant, worthy, vindicated. And that's why it creates truth. So, truth is also the creation and development of the human condition, the mind, the intellect for its own survival, for the development of its own meaning, necessity, worth, significance, distinction, sovereignty, and other virtues that is absolutely necessary for survival, for consistent growth, progress, learning in our lives in one way or another. So, truth might not be ultimately something that exists or that is already there because of its own independence, sovereignty, distinction, virtue, or that exists by itself because of its own nature, character. Truth ultimately is the interpretation of not only the human intellect but also of the human experience, observation, pain, trauma, betrayal, deception, and essentially everything else that is bad that we do practice within ourselves and that we also suffer from the one another because of our ignorance, arrogance, mediocrity, hatred, comparison for the one another's possessions, wealth, riches, success. So obviously, truth in all seems to be an interpretation of the human mind because ultimately there are only interpretations, neither facts, nor truths, nor universals, nor absolutes of any kind, as reiterated and basically affirmed many times by many philosophers in the past. So obviously, there is no truth, there is no fact, only interpretations of different people in the world in different ideologies, ways, because everyone's thinking, ideology, practice, habit, action is going to be different fundamentally from the one another, and that's why they're going to have their own expression, definition of freedom, virtue, morality, and they're certainly going to have their own expression, development, or truth also in one way or another. So, truth ultimately may not be able to deliver us from our own evils, actions, vices, wrongs that we have already done to ourselves and also committed against the one another in the society, because truth ultimately is our own creation, development, because we desperately needed something to believe in, to basically overshadow what cannot be reversed, what cannot be reformed. But then again, truth is our own creation, and that's why it is not deliverance